Tonight on Connecticut's news station, United Against Hate. Faith-based organizations are fighting back against anti-Semitism after an alarming rise in hateful incidents in our state.
Applications are open for residents in Hartford impacted by flooding. Why advocates are concerned the people who need it the most might not get it. And
troopers are out in full force across the state, and Fox 61's cameras are getting a first-hand look at what's being done to keep our roads safe.
Then ahead at 6:30 at the Bazaar, details into a botched suicide pact that's left a woman facing serious charges.
Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us here on the news at 6. I'm Ben Goldman.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. Officials say there's been an alarming increase in anti-Semitic incidents in Connecticut, and now local leaders are teaming up to protect faith-based institutions in our state.
Fox 61's Carmen Chow joining us live outside the Jewish Federation of Greater Hartford with their message tonight. Carmen.
Ben and Sarah, today's news conference focused on two big things: prevention and security. Now, several institutions across the state received a portion of a grant that will ensure its members are prepared in the event of a deadly tragedy.
Hate crimes are on the rise. Hate incidents are at an all-time record.
Connecticut Senator Bridger Blumenthal pointing out there have been close to 64 anti-Semitic incidents in Connecticut, which is double the amount compared to last year. A strong reminder work still needs to be done in the state when it comes to hate crimes.
A cancer that is spreading, a virus that will destroy our democracy if we fail to stand up and speak out.
23 faith-based institutions in Connecticut applied for federal funding that will provide the proper training and education for its members if an incident were to happen. $3.2 million will be granted to Connecticut as a whole. More specifically, the Jewish Federation of Greater Hartford will receive approximately $133,000. That money that will make houses of worship feel safer and more secure.
What do you do if you are in a situation in a house of worship or elsewhere and an active threat, a shooter or other active threats present themselves? Congregants are not expected to come in as Rambo.
But it is not just anti-Semitic incidents experienced throughout the state. White supremacy flyers have also been popping up in different neighborhoods, signs that encourage residents to report anti-white activity.
Here in Connecticut, although we are the 29th most populous state, we are 9th in the country for white supremacist propaganda incidents and 11th in the country for anti-Semitic incidents.
Now, in 2 months, it will mark the 5-year anniversary of the mass shooting at the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh, something institutions want to stop seeing. I'm live in West Hartford. Carmen Chow, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Thank you, Carmen. Starting today, folks in Hartford impacted by flood damage can apply for a piece of the city's new flood relief fund.
But just as this program is getting off the ground, concerned some advocates that those who need the assistance the most won't be getting it. Fox 61's political reporter Emma Wolfhorst joining us in studio now. Emma, what are people saying about this?
Well, Ben, Sarah, advocates are worried some residents will be disqualified from this.
Day one, the rollout is not looking very good.
Bridget Prince, a local advocate, says she received a call from a Hartford resident Friday afternoon. The woman went to the Blue Hills Civic Association to apply for the city's flood compensation program, but found the door locked.
Our concerns are realities, because if you spent weeks announcing this program and announcing this date, at 1:20 in the afternoon, the door should have been unlocked.
We're looking for some justice in this process, and we don't see it.
Prince and Jennings are some of the few advocates raising concerns about the new Flooding Assistance Fund. Just days before Friday's launch date, the NAACP's Legal Defense and Educational Fund sent this letter to Comptroller Sean Scanlon and Mayor Luke Bronin. They write Hartford's prior financial assistance programs may have unfairly excluded residents of color from participating. The NAACP requested the comptroller not include requirements in the new flood assistance program, such as paying outstanding parking tickets or property taxes in order to be eligible for the money. Comptroller Scanlon says he didn't.
I certainly did not proactively put a policy on that would impact people who may be behind on their taxes or who may, owe some money.
Scanlon says the program is open to all Hartford residents and businesses with flood damage.
You had damage, and that damage should be something that you're compensated for, regardless of what other liabilities that you may have. That's not the point of this program. That's not the state law, and therefore that's not what we're going to be doing here.
And advocates tell me they also want this money exclusively focused on the North End, which has historically been the most impacted. Scanlon says while this law takes everyone in Hartford eligible for this funding, they are putting that emphasis on North Hartford. Scanlon says those who apply will hear back about their application in about 30 days. Ben, Sarah.
Thank you, Emma. Perfect evening to open up the windows, fire up the grill. It is lovely out there.
Like an extension of summer here. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us now. Hi, Rachel.
Yeah, and it's only going to get warmer from here. This morning we started off with temperatures in the 40s and 50s, but those kind of numbers are not going to be sticking around. As Labor Day weekend amps up, so will the temperatures. Right now it is 75 degrees in Hartford. You cannot find a cloud in the sky here from our Hartford City Cam. It's 73 right now for the New Haven area. And temperatures will be ticking back tonight, but a great night to fire up the grill, hang out with friends and family outside. Temperatures will be falling through the 70s and into the upper 60s as we head towards 8 o'clock this evening. Low temperatures tonight, not quite as cool as it was last night into this morning, but still definitely refreshing with overnight lows in the low to mid 50s inland and near 60 for the Connecticut shoreline. Tomorrow we'll do it all over again, although a few degrees warmer with highs close to 80 as we head through the afternoon, but it's another nice bright day with low humidity. We can't say the same thing as we head into Sunday and Monday. The humidity slowly dialing up, and it will turn hot as well with a couple days near 90 degrees and even a potential heat wave on our hands. Your full forecast, the full holiday weekend coming up.
Thank you, Rachel. New tonight, authorities in Willimantic and Manchester are warning people about planned street takeovers this weekend. Manchester police say they're taking proactive measures specifically for one planned this Saturday. And then in Willimantic, authorities say one's planned for this Sunday and could involve ATVs and dirt bikes. There will be an increase of police presence in both communities. As your family hits the road this holiday weekend, all 11 troops with the Connecticut State Police will be out there in full force.
But what are they looking for, and what do those efforts look like? Fox 61's New Haven County Bureau reporter Julia LeBlanc got in the car with them to find out. She joins us now live at the rest stop in Milford. Hi, Julia.
Hi, good evening to you. The Connecticut State Police is bulking up on staffing this weekend to handle the influx of drivers on Connecticut highways just like 95 here. Now they're looking for people who are speeding, driving under the influence and more. And tonight we're giving you a behind the scenes look at those efforts.
Simply just a written warning, okay? Just watch your speeds. All right, yep, travel safely.
Connecticut State Troopers like Daniel McHugh are out on our highways keeping everybody safe this holiday weekend.
Enforcing drunk drivers, speeders, aggressive driving, things like that.
Those efforts starting Friday when the clock struck midnight and lasting through Monday. Today's focus, speeding, something Trooper McHugh sees a lot of.
Speed, high levels of alcohol, volume in people's blood.
And many times those actions turn deadly. State Department of Transportation data shows 209 people have died on Connecticut roadways so far this year, with that number sitting at 235 this time last year. But the year before, 195 lives were lost on Connecticut roadways at this point in the year.
I think to myself, if everyone's doing 65 or 55, the speed limit, driving straight down the road, no distractions, we wouldn't be as busy and the highways wouldn't be as crazy as they are now.
Which is why McHugh is on a mission to educate drivers, especially with more of them on the road right now.
You know why I stopped you?
I felt like I was speeding.
Yeah, going a little too fast.
And while that does include issuing tickets,
there's an 80 right there.
Many people are getting warnings as police hope they'll think twice next time they're behind the wheel.
At the end of the day, we're out to help you. I'm out here enforcing speed right now, so families, going on vacation or something, have a safe highway.
Now, last Labor Day weekend, state police responded to more than 6,100 calls for service. They caught more than 370 people for speeding, and more than 340 people got into an accident. So once again, give yourself that extra time so you can take your time on our roadways. We're live here in Milford tonight. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Thank you, Julia. Cheshire Police are releasing new video tonight in the hopes of finding a driver accused of hitting a police cruiser with a stolen vehicle. This happened 2 weeks ago, and it happened at the Maplecroft Shopping Plaza. Officers believe the driver intentionally targeted officers. The stolen vehicle was later found abandoned in a private lot in Wallingford. This is the video showing the suspect allegedly wiping his prints from the vehicle before running off. Cheshire Police are asking anyone who recognizes him to give them a call. And new tonight, a batch of mosquitoes trapped in Thompson are testing positive for Eastern equine encephalitis, also known as Triple E. These are the first mosquitoes in Connecticut testing positive for Triple E this summer. While the risk isn't widespread, officials are still reminding everyone to protect themselves. This includes wearing insect repellent and covering up at dawn and dusk. Also, limit any standing water around your home.
2 buildings caught fire this early morning in Groton. It happened at an unoccupied housing area on the property of the Naval Sub Base in New London. No one was inside the buildings at the time. No injuries were reported. Crews say the buildings were engulfed in flames. The cause of the fire is now under investigation by the sub base.